Your March tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Check out my new layout. Instead of doing the week by week thing, which was weird because the energy would keep shifting anyway and they would not always come out that way, I've tried specific questions. And they're time-stamped in the description, so you can go to the ones that you feel are the most relevant or that you want to know about. And if there's questions that I didn't ask that you think would be better, please put them in the comments and I might swap them out for the April reading. So first off, your theme for March is perception. Okay, and then your affirmation, it says, I will stop breaking myself into pieces to serve others. I will stay whole and let them effing choke. Okay, so what I find interesting about that is that we have these two masks here, these two faces, and there's actually a third one on here talking about, I don't know, it's just something about breaking someone's self into pieces. Those really go together. So this month is all about rearranging your perspective from, I guess, like image management and seeing yourself through the lenses of others to coming back to your center of perception and unifying all of those roles that you've had to step into for the world and then observe and experience the world from your own perspective. Let the world try to impress you and perform for you for once. So the first question I've asked is for how to begin unifying your separate selves or parts. How to do that, how to start that process. And you have the Tower. Okay, they're starting off with a bang here. First, these parts must be set free. There is a very compartmentalized feeling coming through. It's as though they're all held apart by walls of safety. Like they don't have their own little cell. And that's been built over an entire life, and it's become outdated. So there's some sort of illusion to tear down, masks to rip off. The Tower represents total destruction of a prison construct of some kind. So, like, how have you felt shackled? How have parts of yourself felt shackled and constrained by this fragmented way of showing up? Tower energy is definitely uncomfortable. It's not easy. I kind of want to retract that word though, masks, because that implies some kind of fakeness, and that's not what's going on. All of these parts are real parts of you. It's just that they're apart. They're certain ones are isolated from the rest for different purposes, and they need to be freed so that they can all join together and become whole again. So for where you will see the most change in March, what do we have? We have the Oracle of Wands. So this is like the Queen of Wands. I love that butterfly. So a court card in a general reading can mean two things. So take which resonates. They can represent other people or facets of ourselves. So if this represents another person for you, it could mean someone entering your life with a lot of influence, someone who will shake things up and be a way shower, someone who inspires you to do better, someone who will get you out of your comfort zone, someone fun and exciting, and someone that can connect you with other people. This person is usually, the Queen of Wands is a connector. If it represents a facet of yourself, it's more of the result of getting all of these separate parts in line and together, because that increases your influence and gravity. It's kind of like in physics or astronomy, the larger the mass of a planet or star, the more gravity it has. And so when people are integrated and whole, they carry more weight. They draw people more in. And being in alignment and integrated helps you to become also a conduit of energy. So for what will be your biggest obstacle in March, we have the Elder of Wands. So we have the King of Wands. We have counterparts. We already have the two masks coming here, the two faces. Again, same concept. If this is a person outside of yourself, it's going to be another person of influence. So there could be like a push-pull thing with these two, and this could be someone that you want to impress, and so that desire to impress someone could encourage you to continue this fragmenting, because it seems like a way to put your best foot forward and be seen in a specifically curated light, even though that's actually the weaker stance in this case. If it represents an aspect of yourself, it can be like a loss of balance with that last one, taking it too far or trying to influence others to do it as a proxy for doing it yourself. So like this is a positive energy. The King of Wands is a positive energy, generally speaking. But I'm sort of reading it in its reverse position because it's an answer to what's the obstacle. How can the King of Wands be an obstacle? It looks like making a big deal out of it and putting the effort into the show rather than the actual work. Needing the props for it before feeling safe to do it. Performative. That's the word I'm looking for. Performative. I would say King of Wands as an obstacle represents the ego making a show to protect those insecurities. So this is the energy that's going to try to defend that construct that the Tower suggests needs to be dismantled. It's for the best thing. The best thing about March, you have the Seven of Cups. Oh, wow. The possibilities are really opening up at this time. You might feel as though you have plenty of options to choose from. It's as though life is laying out a buffet of delights to impress you. This does show you being successful in this integration work because you're looking at all of the world has to offer you instead of what you feel like you have to offer the world. So for your influence or impact on other people, you have the Nine of Cups. Awesome. People wish they had what you have, but at the same time, it doesn't make them feel insecure. They feel content in your presence because there's a sharing. There's a warmth when your attention shines on them. Being around you makes others also feel abundant and happy. They want to be in your orbit because it's a fun place to be. It's a fun and exciting place to be. Those on whom you do shine will feel gratitude. So I would say your presence is appreciated. Even if if you aren't financially well off, this is Cups, not Pentacles, it is the sharing of your being and energy that people really desire, the feeling of being in your energy. So for what opportunities you should be looking for in March, you have the Three of Cups that follows, that really tracks. Opportunities to socialize. It's probably a good idea to accept as many party or coffee invitations as you can fit into your schedule. This is a time for community building. Like in general, like in the zeitgeist, people have been isolating for a long time, and I'm seeing a trend where people are trying to create analog in-person friendships because the parasocial ones that are being created online are beginning to show their cracks and illusions of connection. And so any opportunities to connect with real people doing real things. So for where you will find the most support, you have the Champion of Wands. We've got three. It's fascinating that we have this energy of fragmented parts coming through, and then to have three court cards of the same suit. It feels like these are all representing these different parts. But for the sake of being thorough, if this represents someone outside of yourself, then it'll be a friend, relative, or lover, or actually even with this energy, it could be an acquaintance that comes in full of energy and life and inspiration. This could be someone with their fingers in many different pies, so some of those delights in the Seven of Cups could come through them, and some of these invitations with the Three of Cups could come through them. Their energy will be infectious, and that can be supportive to you. It's someone like that may have already done a lot of this work or maybe didn't need to, and they can embolden you to be the same, do the same. Now, if it's an aspect of yourself, it's your own electromagnetic energy that wants to follow every whim and passion. You are absolutely positively full of life here in March. So finally, for your self-care directive, you have the Four of Pentacles. So it's interesting we have this kind of gecko again, this kind of protective energy. This is a great time to review your spending habits. Finances can be a major source of stress, and so managing them is an essential part of self-care. It doesn't mean like having to clamp down on your spending altogether. It just means auditing yourself, creating a budget, and then directing your spending where it's going to create the most stability for you. So look at what it would take to create a greater sense of physical security. Now, for some, this can actually apply to physical health as well. So when you consider that your body is one of your most priceless assets, it's a great time to audit your health routines. And then for a few of you still, this could apply to like tangible property, like your home or your vehicle, and how that serves your security as well. So that's what I have for your Scorpio. Pretty cool month. Lots of exciting and interactions. Kind of like a social butterfly thing going on here. Much love, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.